What if I told you history could be made?
Dover gets it into Phoenix. Phoenix with 5 seconds. Doesn't seem to be in much of a hurry. He'll put up a long three. This is the shot! Westview is sectional champions for 2016.
Led by seniors Andrew Yoder and Norman Miller, the 2015-16 Westview Warriors won their 18th sectional championship in dramatic fashion. Now what if I told you history could be repeated? What once was the most inexperienced team in Michiana is now one of the most dangerous, as senior leader Lucas Yoder looks to lead the Warriors to another sectional crown and beyond. Determination, excellence, tradition, history. This is Westview Warrior basketball.
Westview Warrior Basketball is streaming live on the World Wide Web at laguanamedia.com. Today's game is brought to you by the following gold sponsors: Rigsecker Marketplace, Height Auto Body, Laguana, and Ship-She Service. Silver sponsors are Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware, Topeka Pharmacy, Weaver Furniture, Jerry's Standard, Yoder Popcorn, Mike's Automotive Service, Fruit May Funeral Home, The Brethren Retreat, The Hometown Treasure, Yoder Insurance, Quality Floor, Fast Lane Subway, Frontline Auto Tech, by Tiffany's Restaurant, Yoder's Shipshawana Hardware, Troyer's Saddlery, Emma Warehouse, and Mercury Wireless. Our individual sponsors are Tim and Donna Height, Jim and Liz Stump, Dan and Dawn Byler, and John and Leslie Cook. Now, out to the game!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting season of Westview Warrior basketball at laguanamedia.com. This is Jerry Hosteller, joined tonight by Jamie Miller, and we're getting set for basketball. It's the lid lifter for the 2016-17 season. Westview hosting Bethany. And I'll be back to talk to head coach Rob Yoder of the Westview Warriors right after this 30-second timeout. Back. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First of all, for the Bethany Bruins, they'll go at one guard with Corey Kern, a 5'9" junior. Also for the Bruins, Seth Brunneman, a 6'1" junior. Also starting for Ryan Gingrich in his first year at the helm of Bethany is Lucas Brownsberger-Keys. Next one to be introduced is Jake Bedwell, a 6'2" senior. And rounding out the Bethany Bruins starting lineup, it's Keyshawn Smith, a 6'2" sophomore. And now for the Westview Warriors, we'll announce them as they come out. First, it'll be Charlie Yoder making his varsity debut tonight. 6'2" freshman, played 8th grade basketball last year, of course. Wears number 5 on his Westview uniform. Elijah Hales, a 6'3" sophomore, back from last year. Cody Collier will be at one of the forward positions, a 6'4" sophomore. Cody played as a freshman, of course. And Josh Hostetler rounds out the Westview lineup, a 6'1" sophomore. Actually, he didn't round out. We're playing with more than 4 guys tonight, I guess. Nick Rensberger will round out the Westview lineup, the center, 6'4" sophomore. So, Jamie, welcome in again.
Thank you.
Good to have you back this year.
Great to be here.
Another young Westview basketball team this year, minus Andrew Yoder and also Norm Miller. Of course, Norm's still a manager and still can be part of the team and help the kids along, but a few different faces out there.
Well, one thing I noticed right away is when you look down that lineup and their heights, our shortest guy starting 6'1". And at least from here, it looks like they all are long-armed. So we got a lot of length out there, which helps on defense and just creates a more coverage.
Which is rather unusual for Westview.
It is.
Over the years, if you average it out. Yeah, we usually are filled with guards.
Well, there's a lot of excitement on the first game. New coach on Bethany's side, and so should be a great first quarter.
Ryan Gingrich coaching for the first time. Last year there was another Gingrich. I can't think of his first name. Anyway, and we're back to action here as the Westview Warriors grab the tip. Hales with the ball. Looks underneath. That's Rensberger. Now to Hales. Hales tries to drive the baseline. Can't find room there. Gets it to Rensberger. Back to Hales. Now to Collier. That's Charlie Yoder with the ball. Now down low to Collier. Reverse layup is good. And the first 2 points are in the book for the Westview Warriors for the 2016-17 year. Go ahead.
Good patience that time on our part. I would expect Bethany to be fairly prepared for our offense because their coach was at Jimtown for many years when we went through those battles. And so he knows what to look for.
Corey Kern with the ball. He'll give off to Keyshawn Smith out front. Now to Bedwell. Now into the hands of Seth Brunneman. Out of Brownsberger-Keys. He'll give off way out front in the center circle to Corey Kern. I'm sure Bethany is going to try to control the basketball mainly tonight. Traveling violation on Josh Hostetler as Warriors bring it back the other way.
Yeah, kind of caught it in the crook of his arm that time and couldn't get it down. But yeah, back to your point about the offense, it looks a little familiar. Jimtown used to hold the ball and work it and look for that good shot, and they're probably going to do the same thing.
Bethany controlling out front. That's Smith. He'll give it off to Bedwell. Bedwell bounce passes it to Brunneman. Brunneman looks left side to Smith. He drives down to the baseline and pulls it back out front on the pass to Kern. Kern swings it back out front. Charlie Yoder with the steal. He'll take it all the way down, put it up, got it. First 2 varsity points for Charlie Yoder. Westview up by 4-zip. And we're down to 6 minutes now to go in the first period. We'll be back here on Saturday night as the Warriors will host the Northridge Raiders. Same time. We'll go on the air around 7:15 following the JV game.
Looks like they're running a set play here.
Brenneman takes it down the lane, puts it up and scores off the glass, and he's fouled.
One thing what they were running there to start the game was the old flex offense, only they pulled it high. They were just they're screening out to the wing, curling in. We've seen that dozens of times, and so they weren't getting anything off of it. And so went with a set play there, ran a nice cut, and got a good shot out of it.
Brenneman with a little runner in the lane, got it to go off the glass. He misses the free toss, and the rebound is pulled down by Cody Collier. He'll get it to Hales. Hales looks inside, up back out front to Collier. They're swinging around to Charlie Yoder, now to Rensberger. Back to Josh Hosteller. Inside Rensberger, good movement that time as Rensberger bangs it in off the glass.
Yep, great cut, and that is a big target down there.
He certainly hasn't shrunk since last year, that's for sure.
You know, and I'm in here early every day because I coach the 8th grade team, and we have morning practices, and he's the one player I see in here before school every day shooting. So
he's a workhorse.
Yes, he is.
Warriors get it back on a turnover, 6-2. Westview by 4. Hales down to the right wing, out front now to Rensberger. Tries a backdoor, he gets it in. Good grab that time by Hales. Down on the baseline to Collier. Now to Rensberger, free throw line, puts it up, no good. Battle for the rebound, almost stolen away, but it goes out of bounds. Good hustle by Josh Hostetler.
One thing we're going to have, as you mentioned earlier in the interview, is with our depth. We're going to be able to play full out effort, anybody that's in there. And we always have someone there to come in for them. And on the other side of it, if they don't give full out effort, we always got someone to come in for them. So
13 players on the roster this year.
And, I might add 13 capable players.
Exactly.
You know, so.
All good athletes. With the ball is Kern. Kern bounce passes it out front to Joel Plank, who's just checked into the ball game, almost is stripped, and he is called for traveling.
We're putting really good ball pressure on him, and to run any offense, your first steps, you got to be able to handle the ball, and they're struggling with that a little bit right now. Could be first game jitters.
Bethany coming off a 4-20 season last year, 20 losses, and Ryan Ginrichs is hoping to turn that around this year. But a tough way to start your season with a tough Westview Warrior team. Hales, right side to Collier. Collier takes it into the lane, fakes a shot, and dragged his pivot foot a little bit there, so he'll be whistling for traveling.
At least one guy in a striped shirt said he did.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Yoder agreed with that call.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of other people didn't either.
Yeah, it looked a little awkward. It was hard to tell for sure. So I'm glad I'm here and not blowing a whistle.
Yeah, I never really envied any referee. With the ball is Joel Plank. He'll get it out front now to Kern. Corey Kern, a 5'9" junior. Bounce passes it right side. The shot is up off the glass and good by Brenneman. He has all 4 of the Bruins' points.
Yeah, our help defense that time was late. We were one step out of position, and it cost us.
Another turnover on the Warriors. Checking back in is Lucas Brownsberger Keys, and also coming back in was Keyshawn Smith. Coming back to the bench is Jake Bedwell and also Seth Brenneman.
One thing you notice with Bethany is they're being physical. And, you know, I'm sure after a season like they had last year, you get some new excitement, new coach, new hope, and they come out fired up, and that's what they are right now.
2-point deficit to the Westview Warriors at this point, 6-4. With the ball is Smith out front. He'll get it to Corey Kern. Bounce passes it to Cartmell, who's just checked in. Tim Cartmell, a 5'11" sophomore. Now right side will go to Kern. Kern drives it to the baseline and pulls it back out front. Working top of the circle. The Warriors, no surprise, in a man-to-man. Now we have a whistle, and I think it stepped out of bounds, it looked like, on the drive.
Yeah, they had a little mismatch up there at the top with Nick on see, who's number 12? Brenneman?
Yeah, or Kern. Corey Kern.
So
yeah.
they had a little quickness mismatch there, but Nick did a good job of containing him.
Elijah Hales with the ball, right side, high on the wing. Gives off to Rensberger. Rensberger hands off to Charlie Yoder. Now back to Hales out between the circles. Pass right side, Lucas Yoder into the ball game now for the Warriors. Back out front, Rensberger to Lucas. Bounce pass underneath on the baseline to Elijah Hales, and there's a reach-in foul called on Bethany.
The person guarding Elijah right now is really sagging off and clogging up that lane, so the passing lanes are a little bit blocked. And he's worked really hard on his shot, so I wouldn't be surprised here pretty soon to see him rise up and take one of those.
And you're referring to Elijah?
To Elijah,
yeah.
Yes.
Yep, we haven't seen him get one off tonight yet. Charlie Yoder does. He misses, spins out. Collier with the offensive board, puts it up, no good. Battle for the rebounds, pulled out of there by Tim Cartmel. He'll get it into the hands of Brownsburger Keys. Now right side will come back to Cartmel. Being hawked on defense there. He'll give it off the pass to Brenneman. Brenneman loses it, goes out of bounds, last touch by Hales. It'll be Bethany's ball.
Right now, I'd say the defense is ahead of the offense on both ends of the court.
It pretty much looks that way. A little discombobulation going on offense. Ball knocked away by Collier. He'll take it the length of the court, put it up and good.
Real athletic play that time by Cody, just fighting for the ball, and he ended up with it.
Cody with half of his team's 8 points, and it's 8-4 now. Westview back up by 4, and we have a timeout, a 30-second timeout called by Bethany. We'll be back right after this. This is Westview Warrior basketball at LaGuanamedia.com.
Dale's Dependable Handyman Service provides handyman repairs and remodeling to the surrounding LaGrange County area, including Goshen, Middlebury, Albion, Kendallville, and Angola. If you're looking to update your kitchen, sometimes it's as simple as changing countertops and adding tile and glass backsplash. It can make your kitchen look brand new. Dale's Dependable Handyman Service, providing quality installation with quality materials. Call Dale at 260-336-9364.
Westview out of their huddle first. Bethany breaks out of theirs after the timeout called by Ryan Ginrich, the first-year head coach of Bethany. Rob Yoder on the other side is in his 14th year already as the home of the Westview Warriors, and Rob comes in with a 212-106 career record. Pretty impressive.
Got a couple of new faces in there.
Looks like Sharp's in, and who else? Oh,
Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas. He was in right before.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sharp seeing his first, well, no, I think he saw some varsity action last year. Sam did a little bit.
Yeah, I believe he did toward the end.
Bethany with the ball, knocked out of bounds by Elijah Hales. It'll stay in the possession of Bethany.
One thing that helps determine how hard you're playing on defense, or it's a good indicator, is how many deflections you get. And we're getting a lot right now.
We are, yep.
We're not converting them all, but it's making it really tough on Bethany to get anything accomplished down there.
Good tight D by the Warriors so far. Inbounding will be Zamitsky, his first appearance tonight. Brownsburger Keys drives the baseline. Good feed, but a good block from behind by Hales as Smith went up for the shot. Yoder gets it to Hales. He drives, puts it up, has it deflected away, but he's fouled, and it should be a two-shot foul coming for Elijah Hales.
There's some of that length coming in. They had a sure layup right there, and we were just able to get it from behind and hopefully convert here on the other end.
Hale swishes his free throw. Looks like he's changed his ways. Well, it's about the same as was last year.
It's a little more compact, which comes from hours of work.
It's taken a little bit of the arc away too, I think.
Yep.
Corey Kern with the ball for Bethany. 62 seconds to go in the first quarter. Westview up 10-4. Holding out front is Brownsburger. teammate tries to lay a pick, and it's knocked away. Lucas Yoder comes up with a loose ball, and he hasn't stripped away. Gets it back. Tries to get it to Hales. Goes through his hands. Good hustle by Sharp. It looks more like a rugby match out here. And now we have a held ball. And it will be Bethany's ball on the alternating possession.
Yeah, great effort out there by both teams. I think that was the greased basketball right there.
It looked like
it. Could hang on to it.
They let a greased pig loose out on the court, it looked like.
Looks like they're going for one shot here probably, if they can hold it that long.
Down to 33 seconds and a whistle, and we have a reach-in foul is going to be called. I think that was... Yep, it was Cody.
I think they got him pushing in the back as his man got around him. You can see though, his man got around him, but he didn't really want to. He kind of pulled up, and I think they want one shot here. But unless they get an easy one.
I would think so. 2 team fouls apiece. And now we have another whistle and some contact underneath. Now they're going to call a hold on Sam Sharp. I didn't see it, but it looked like a similar foul to what Cody Collier just committed. Corey Kern now inbounding. He'll get it to Smith.
The hometown treasurer
Keyshawn Smith will give it to
communities in the Westview schools for over 14 years. Keep up to date on area and school activities. The hometown treasurer is a monthly publication.
Bethany with the ball. Corey Kern tries to drive on Collier, bounce pass left side. The shot is in the air, no good. A little rush job there by Brownsburger Keys. Westview has a chance to get it off, and Hales hits at the buzzer for 3.
Big turnaround right there. They missed one, and we made one. So that's a potential 6-point swing right there.
That's right. 13-4 is our score after the first quarter. Westview leading Bethany. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this.
The hometown treasurer has been covering the Topeka, Shipshewana communities and the Westview schools for over 14 years. Keep up to date on area and school activities. The hometown treasurer is a monthly publication published by Laguana Printing, featuring full-color photos and news from all 6 schools in the Westview school system. Also, articles written by local writers, as well as games and contests for children and adults alike. Pick up our latest issue on newsstands, or check us out on Facebook, or visit our website at thehometowntreasure.com.
Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in Topeka is your authorized Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana dealer. Topeka Do-It-Best has been selling appliances and providing service to the Topeka area for over 40 years. See JJ for your appliance parts. If they're not in stock, no problem. Topeka Do-It-Best will have them the next business day. Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware provides in-store repairs, and they make house calls. If it's worth doing, do it best. Call 593-2973.
And we're underway here in the second quarter. Hales drives it to the basket on the Westview first inbound pass. Came to Hales, and he took it down to the bucket. We have a whistle and a foul on Bethany.
One thing you notice about Elijah this year is he's stronger. He's lower on defense. Well, his muscles are rippling.
He doesn't look like a freshman anymore, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Hales misses his first free throw. He'll get another one. That went against Keyshawn Smith. And that was his second foul tonight. 13-4 as we begin the second quarter. Good to have you along once again this year. We'll bring you all of the Westview boys games and a smattering of the girls games. And Hales hits his second free throw. Gives them 6 for the evening. 14-4 now, the Westview lead to 10. But the ball is Kern. Kern drives it and then bounce passes it right side to Sabinski. His shot's off the mark, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bethany, and it'll come back Westview's way.
Yeah, I think watching them in warm-ups and on their first 2 threes, that might not be the strength of their game, but usually with our defense, that's what we're willing to give up is a contested 3, and so far it's working.
With the ball, Hales. He'll go left side to Charlie Yoder. Charlie drives, puts it up, scores off the glass. Charlie can penetrate. And he's growing a little bit, stretched out, 6'2", good hustle.
I know. I hadn't seen him for about 6 months or a year, and I was like, who is that kid?
Yeah, I know. It's like he got some Miracle Grow over the summertime. Ball knocked out of bounds. Rensberger tried to save it, but couldn't quite do it. So it'll be Bethany ball underneath their own basket off to the right. For the first time tonight, Jeremiah, I should say, Hostetler comes in. Inbounding will be Corey Kern. He'll get it way out front to Brenneman. Brenneman looks back to his head coach, and now a timeout is called by Bethany. So we'll take a timeout as well. It's a full timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is Westview Warrior Basketball at LaGuanaMedia.com.
Fever, sore throat, body aches? Yes, the flu season is here, so how do you protect yourself? Well, talk to the friendly pharmacists at Topeka Pharmacy about getting a flu shot. They're free with most insurance plans. No insurance? Pay $32 for the regular dose or $60 for the senior dose, and you'll receive a $5 gift card for your next visit. No appointment needed and no prescription needed for those 11 years and older. Many other immunizations are available. Call 260-593-2252 or stop by Topeka Pharmacy in downtown Topeka.
Dale's Dependable Handyman Service provides handyman repairs and remodeling to the surrounding LaGrange County area, including Goshen, Middlebury, Albion, Kendallville, and Angola. If you're looking to update your kitchen, sometimes it's as simple as changing countertops and adding tile and glass backsplash. It can make your kitchen look brand new. Dale's Dependable Handyman Service, providing quality installation with quality materials. Call Dale at 260-336-9364.
Bethany will be inbounding after the timeout called by the Bruins. Inbounding will be Lucas Brownsberger Keys. He'll get it into Kern. Kern calls out to play. Picks up his dribble against Josh Hostetler. Finally gets the pass off into the hands of Cartmel. Right back out to Kern. Kern directs some traffic. He'll drive the lane, dish it off left side, mishandled there by Brownsberger Keys, and coming up with a loose ball is Lucas Yoder. He'll get it to Hales. Hales right side to Josh Hostetler. He'll swing it around to Hales and then Rensberger. Right back on the right side to Josh Hostetler. Now to Hales. He drives the lane, puts it up, and we have a foul and a reach in on his way to the basket.
Looks like they called that on the ground, but I think Bethany's intentionally kind of sagging in the middle. They're playing man-to-man, but it almost looks like a zone because they're not moving out of there very far.
Cartmel picks up the foul. Hales inbounding. He'll get it right back from Jeremiah Hostetler. For Josh. Am I getting these guys mixed up? Yeah, that was Josh.
Well, they are brothers, so if you would, you can be forgiven.
I guess. Jeremiah gets it to, that's Mima they call him, I guess. Hales. Back to Josh, now to Lucas. Rensberger, left side to Jeremiah. Hales. And now we have a whistle, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Westview. I didn't see it. Was that Rensberger or Lucas Yoder maybe?
Yeah, Lucas. I didn't see it either. He must have been moving a little bit on his screen. One thing also, besides our length, we've got a lot of strong kids out there.
We do.
Lucas is built like a rock, and Rensberger.
Yeah, Lucas isn't that tall. What is he, 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'10".
He might not even be 5'10", but he can play underneath with about anybody as far as blockouts and so on are concerned.
One thing Bethany's coach was concerned about in his pregame or preseason write-up was their ball handling, and I think that's proven true right here. They're starting to turn the ball over about every trip down the floor or every other. Hard to score when you're not shooting.
And that's allowed the Warriors to get a 12-point lead. Now we have an offensive foul as Hales drives it toward the basket, put it in, but it won't count.
Yeah, great drive. He went off 2 feet like he should, but he was leaning in a little bit too far. So
16-4 is our score. Westview with a commanding lead with 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. You can tell it's early. You know, I think the kids just don't quite.
Yeah.
They're not a well-oiled machine by any means at this point. Traveling violation on Bethany, so another turnover.
Yeah, it's, you know, maybe the only downside potentially to that many players on the varsity that can play is trying to get a rhythm with a certain group. And so, especially in the first game. Good
point. Rensberger has it go through his hands. He picked it up, recovered. Double dribble. Yeah, I thought he got away with it, but then all of a sudden the referee caught it.
Yeah, I was thinking that same thing too, but I'm not so sure now.
Yeah, Rob's not happy with it. So
yeah, I think he's saying he grabbed the ball on the pass, but didn't actually dribble, and then he dribbled. So
yeah, I can see his point. Seth Brenneman cross-courts it all the way over to Zabinski. He gets it inside. Traffic in there. Plank is tied up, and then we're going to have a held ball, and it'll be Bethany retaining possession.
You can tell these guys have wars in practice because they're just beating the tar out of Bethany right now. They're probably tired of beating on each other for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I bet so too.
And all summer.
Nolan Sherrick and Charlie Yoder both check back into the ball game. Mima comes out along with Elijah. Kern will be inbounding to the left of the Bethany basket. Has it knocked away by Charlie Yoder, and we're going to have a tie-up again. So this time it'll belong to the Westview Warriors.
Charlie really has a knack of smacking the ball out of there. That's about his third or fourth time that he's done that. I imagine some games you'll get away with that, and some you won't. But do it till they call it.
He's got quick hands.
Yes.
And long arms, too. Lucas Yoder to Josh Hostetler. They'll swing it all the way around to Charlie on the left side. Now back to Nick Rensberger. Lucas Yoder. Sam Sharp. Good ball movement by the Warriors. Charlie Yoder takes it down the lane, gives off left side to Lucas Yoder, back out to Charlie. He'll hand it off to Lucas, now to Rensberger. Right back to Charlie on the left wing. Inside, Rensberger makes a move, has it deflected, but Lucas Yoder hustles to grab it. To Charlie Yoder. Charlie backs up, takes a jumper from the left side, no good, and the rebound's pulled down by Corey Kern.
That was a good shot, but Nick passed up about a 6-footer.
Yeah,
that would have been a pretty good hook shot, too. And
sure did. Kern gets it out front to Joel Plank. He'll go left side with it to Zabinski. He picks up his dribble, looking for a teammate to pass it to, and it goes right through the hands. We're going to have a over and back violation.
One thing you look for, Bethany does have some older players, but when you struggle to score, you start letting down defensively. So they haven't done it yet, but that might start happening in a little bit.
Ball knocked away, a turnover on Westview as it's stripped away from Charlie. Kern with the ball. He'll take it down the baseline right side, then feed it into the corner to Zabinski. His shot's long, no good. Offensive rebound is picked up by Brenneman. He'll drive the lane. We have a whistle, and we're going to have a hold out front on Westview. Quite a while.
It has been a while. Yeah, I did not.
Yeah, and I'm responding to our engineer, Roger Winger, which you guys can't hear, but he asked how long we've been on the score, and it has been a while. 16-4 for not since the beginning of the period, but I think only 2 points have been scored. Ball hits his strap on the bounce off the back of the rim, so it'll go back to Westview.
Bethany's really struggling just to get a clean look, and that's a credit to our defense. We're really hustling out there.
We're out on them on the perimeter no matter where they are in the court.
Yep.
Josh Hostetler feeds it back out to Charlie Yoder. Now Collier with his first 3 attempt, and it's good.
Wow, when you can have your frontline players step out and nail them, you got a lot of options.
Cody with 7. 19-4 now, Westview leads it. Driving is Zabinski, and it's knocked away. It looked like Zabinski actually took it out of bounds off his shins, but it's going to still belong to Bethany. Inbounding will be Kern again. This time off to the right side of the Bethany basket. Looks way out front, goes that way with a pass to Brenneman. Brenneman behind the back dribble, steps into the paint, then passes it off left side to Zane Zeminski. He has it blocked. Zeminski tried to shoot it from the left side, misses. Sam Sharp picks up the ball, and he'll give it to Charlie Yoder.
I think people are underestimating the length of Charlie's arms.
I think so.
He really closed out. He can cover a long distance in that closeout, which makes him extremely valuable in defense.
Excellent defensive play by the freshman. 19-4 turnover on Westview. Bethany will inbound right in front of their own bench right off to our right. Corey Kern takes the inbound pass. Elijah Hales will check in the next stoppage of play.
Looks like they're going a little almost four corners look here, trying to spread us out, I don't know if they're trying to wait till halftime or just trying to get a little different look.
Oh, good drive to the basket by Cartmell, but he misses a shot. Charlie Yoder with the ball now for the Warriors. Inside pass to Sharp, turnaround. Jumper's good for Sam Sharp.
Yeah, that was a tough catch right there. He caught it, recovered, and went up under control.
Good athletic move that time by Sam Sharp. Shot for three is no good by Cartmell, or Brownsburger Keys rather. Westview with a rebound, Charlie Yoder.
Another great closeout that time on defense. We're really shutting down their open shots.
And they're not getting, they did get one offensive rebound, but I think that's the only one. Good drive to the hoop by Collier. 9 points now for Cody, 23-4. Brenneman on the baseline, stripped away from behind by Charlie Yoder. Charlie will bring it across the timeline. 67 seconds to go in the first half. Josh Ostetler lobs it inside, but Sam cut the other way and right into the hands of Tim Cartmell.
Yeah, we always look in. That was a tough pass, even if he wouldn't have cut away. So
yep, it
maybe
was.
Reverse it back around and get it in the other side. But he knew it as soon as he threw it.
He sure did. Now Bethany, let's see, Brownsburger Keys stepped on the baseline out of bounds, so another turnover on Bethany.
Well, it's a helpless feeling when you're a Bethany coach, for example, and your team can't score.
Right.
And you're trying everything you can, calling every play in your playbook, but sometimes you're just outmatched.
The Warrior defense has been excellent, which we've kind of come to expect anymore. Charlie drives the baseline, gives it to Elijah at the free throw line. His shot's just a little short. Rebounded Josh Ostetler, but he was out of bounds. 22.5 seconds to go in the first half. Westview with a 23-4 lead over Bethany. Bethany, I'm sure, will go for the last shot here, right?
Yep.
Jamie?
Yeah, I would think so.
Kern, he'll drive down the lane, put it up with 9 seconds on the clock. He does get the foul, so.
I think we might have expected him to do the same, and he found an opening, and it's about as good a shot as they've gotten all quarter, so.
Second foul on Josh Ostetler.
That'll be a good chance for us to check our, execute our last end of the quarter play.
Shot's no good by Kern. He'll get one more. Zeminski checks back in as Cartmell will come to the bench. Bethany, not a whole lot of size out there. Their tallest player is Smith at 6'2", and he's not in the contest right now. Back comes Hales. He'll drive it to the hoop, and we have a whistle out front, and a reach in or a hold. That'll go against Zeminski, his first. Hales will inbound to the right of the Westview basket. He'll lob it into Collier. Collier skies to get it, puts it up, scores off the glass.
Wow, tough move there. He also looked like he got bumped too, but.
Cody's looking real confident so far. And we've come to an end of the first half of play in this first game of the Westview Warrior basketball season, and the Warriors are certainly in command, 25-5 over the Bethany Bruins. We'll be back to take a look at scoring right after this timeout.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The Hometown Treasure has been covering the Topeka, Shipshewana communities and the Westview schools for over 14 years. Keep up to date on area and school activities. The Hometown Treasure is a monthly publication published by Laguana Printing, featuring full-color photos and news from all 6 schools in the Westview school system. Also, articles written by local writers, as well as games and contests for children and adults alike. Pick up our latest issue on newsstands or check us out on Facebook or visit our website at thehometowntreasure.com.
All right, welcome back to Westview High School, where we're at halftime watching a replica of the Minions out on the floor from the dance team. So while they're doing their thing, we'll go through the scoring. We'll start with the lowest number, and Charlie Yoder had 4 points, 2 field goals for 4 points. I think he also had about 4 steals out there, and so a very active half for him. Elijah Hales, number 13, ended up with 6 points. He had a 3-pointer, and then he had 3 free throws. Cody Collier led the Warriors with 11 points that half. He had a 3 as well as 4 2-point field goals. Sam Sharp added 2 points, and Nick Rensberger added 2 points for the total of 25 for Westview. For Bethany, they were led in scoring by 6'1" junior Seth Brenneman. He had 2 field goals for 4 points, and the only other point of the half for Bethany came on a free throw there at the end. And I'm not exactly sure who had that one, but
Kern, I think, yeah.
Kern did?
I missed that one.
Kern had a free throw there at the end with about 9 seconds to go. So halftime score 25-5, and so not a great offensive half for either team, but very good defense, especially from Westview, and it's really shut down Bethany's attack.
And this is a game where you probably see Rob use his entire roster at some point in time.
Yeah, I would think so. I think he's, just trying different combinations right now. And I think he played 9 players that half.
Yeah, I believe so. Well,
I think the 2 Joneses didn't play, and maybe Weaver.
Right.
Maybe he used 10. Yeah, I think he used 10 that half. So that's quite a bit. I think it just shows the depth of the team. I think of 2 years ago when Jeremiah was our starting point guard for the last half of the year, and now he's bigger, he's better, he's faster, and he comes in and gives great depth. And so that's a luxury you don't get very often. So yeah, he'll be mixing and matching. I would imagine, especially toward the fourth quarter, we'll see more of the people coming in and out and so forth.
So yeah, one thing that Rob had mentioned is it's not necessarily maybe a kid having a real great practice during the week and deserving a start, although that can happen sometimes. But matchups, he has the luxury of going with matchups a lot of times this year with that depth and that roster.
Yeah, absolutely. Against the bigger teams, you're going to probably want to keep your bigger players in there, or your more experienced players. And this is a good game for really the whole roster to show the coach what you got. It's one thing to do it in practice, but when you can execute in a game, it really stands out. And, you know, when you get playing the better teams like, you know, Northridge coming in here on Saturday or Northwood, you're going to be, your rotation's probably going to shorten a little bit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And so the guys that can really, you know, perform, not turn the ball over, execute the plays, they're going to be the ones that come first off that bench.
Right. And, you know, that could come into play, too, is Rob trying to find a combination that get the players used to playing with certain players for Saturday night's game. It might actually hinder maybe some of his or all of the players playing tonight. Trying to get some kind of cohesiveness to, because Northridge, it's going to be a different story.
Yeah, we found over the years that, you know, our first game against Bethany is not always a barometer of how the season's going to go, or even how you'll do the next game against Northridge. And so, you know, our defense is always going to be there. How does it stack up against a team with better offensive talent, which Northridge will have? But they're looking good. They're looking good.
They are.
1 through 10. They're executing the defense and making it extremely tough for Bethany to even get in a set. Bethany's really, they're expending a ton of energy out there just trying to get the ball moved on offense. And so that's gonna, he's liberally substituted, the Bethany coach has, Ryan Gingrich has, but it's got to be wearing him down physically and mentally. And they came out with great promise and hope, like you do with all new season, but when you can't score, you can't even get a good shot off. It really takes a toll on you. So they're probably talking about some things and regrouping. And here's where I think the coach will just try to, you know, tell them to forget the score. Let's work on things we need to work on and get ready for future games.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite that Westview has, starting out with maybe a weaker opponent in Bethany, whereas Bethany, you know, they get up and it's usually a bad start, you know, and it's so, yeah, there can be argument either way. Okay, this is where we are, this is what we need to improve on. Or, you know, on the other side, if you're having a blowout in that first game, it's like, okay, now we're going to have to do things a little different no matter what when we play Northridge.
Yeah,
even if
absolutely.
we win by 20 against Bethany. And nothing against Bethany. There have been some upsets over the years. Bethany usually comes in here fired up and hoping to knock us out, but Westview's had some really strong teams, and we have a commanding record in the last 30 years. What do I have down there? 29-5.
Oh, against Bethany?
Yeah, in the last 34 years. So,
okay.
Yeah, or well, 30 years. I guess, I don't know why there's, we never play in multiple games.
Would we have played him in a holiday tournament
maybe
or something?
So.
Maybe, but yeah, it's always the first. I think I remember the last time, I might have forgotten one. I was thinking it was when I was a junior.
That could be.
We might have lost. That would have been 88.
I remember I was broadcasting that year, and it was kind of a shocker, and I think it was here, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I can't, it would have been the other gym, but
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't remember much about that year. You'd think I would, because I got to sit and observe most of it. But it kind of went by in a blur, and that was a long time ago. So, but that was a pretty good Bethany team that year. And they had some sharpshooters. So yeah. I think Ryan will get them going. They'll play solid defense. They'll take care of the ball. And I think against their schedule, the 1A schedule, I think if they can find some offense, I think they're going to do okay.
Yep, I think so too. Both teams back out on the hardwood. We'll be starting the third quarter in about a minute from now. We'll take a short 30-second break, and we'll be back here to get the second half tipped off right after this.
Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in Topeka is your authorized Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana dealer. Topeka Do-It-Best has been selling appliances and providing service to the Topeka area for over 40 years. See JJ for your appliance parts. If they're not in stock, no problem. Topeka Do-It-Best will have them the next business day. Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware provides in-store repairs, and they make house calls. If it's worth doing, do it best. Call 593-2973.
And we're back. Both teams have returned to their huddle now after halftime, and we're getting set for the second half. Westview will take a 25-5 lead into this second half here. They'll come out with their same starting lineup. Westview, that is. Josh Ostetler, Charlie Yoder, Nick Runsberger, Elijah Hales, and Cody Collier.
You know, one thing that's going to be key for this team, and I've heard nothing but good things so far, is the chemistry. When you got different classes and younger players playing over older players, it can create some consternation. But I've heard nothing but good chemistry and camaraderie with the group, and that's great to hear.
Bethany with the ball to start the second half. Brownsburger Keys controls. He'll take it between the circles and then back up into the center circle, call for help. Gets it to Kern. Kern, their point guard, being guarded there by Josh Hostetler. Bounce pass right side comes to Brownsburger Keys. He'll give off to Kern. Kern drives the baseline. Bounce pass across the baseline, across the free throw lane to Smith, and his shot is blocked, but a foul.
Yeah, coach didn't like that call. He was straight up, and the defender has the option, has the opportunity to do that without a foul. But Yoder coaching hard, even with a 20-point lead.
He is, never stops. Keyshawn Smith's free throw hits the back of the iron and comes back. Bethany struggling from the free throw line. I will give Kern his free throw that I didn't mark down. I'm glad you caught that. I should have known there was 5 points up there. I only had 4 in my score sheet.
That makes a coach feel better when he argues for it, and then they go and miss both of them.
That's right. Hales to Charlie Yoder. Charlie backs up, takes a jumper, in and out. No good. Battle for the rebound. Rensberger pulls it down. Gives out to Josh Hostetler. Back to Charlie Yoder. Now to Collier, drives it, puts it up, in and out. Oh my, that was halfway down. Smith grabs it.
Yeah, a couple of rim rattlers to start with.
Stolen away by Hales. He'll drive it, puts it up, right side, good.
That boy covers a lot of ground in a few steps.
He does. First regular field goal for Elijah tonight. He has a 3-pointer and 3 free throws rather to go with that. 27-5 now, Westview leads it. And we have a charging foul?
Blocking foul on the screen. It was a good solid screen, but at the last minute he turned his body just a little bit, and they got him.
So Westview will have it once again. 27-5, Westview leads it. 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Charlie Yoder inside. Rensberger wide open, but he was fouled from behind, and he'll be shooting 2 on the foul on Jake Bedwell.
That was a really good post entry that time. It wasn't the greatest angle, but he threw it. He anticipated the defense going around the bottom side, and he threw it toward the middle and got it in there.
Rensberger, his first opportunity from the free throw line this year, and he's successful on it. Goes along with a field goal earlier tonight. Gives him 3 for the evening. Second shot by Nick is good.
One thing I've noticed, Nick is he can hit them from 15 feet, not just the free throws. So he's going to be a threat, especially against bigger guys that guard him.
It's a good outside shooter, yeah. Got that talent for a big guy. 29-5. 6:07 to go in the third quarter. Kern drives it. Goes right side with it on the pass to Brownsburger Keys. He'll pick up his dribble and give off to Kern. Kern drives it, has it knocked away, picked up by Brownsburger Keys. Inside to Smith, right back to Keys. Down on the baseline, back out to Smith now. High on the wing, right side. Bounce pass inside's knocked away. Battle for the ball, picked up by Rensberger. And he'll get it to Collier, now to Hales. Hales drives it all the way to the hoop, lays it in.
They had to be honest out on Charlie because they know he can shoot it out there, so that opened up a lane for Elijah.
Timeout called by Bethany. And we'll see if this is going to be a full or a 30.
Looks
going to be a full timeout. We'll
yeah.
be back right after this 60-second break.
Fever, sore throat, body aches. Yes, the flu season is here, so how do you protect yourself? Well, talk to the friendly pharmacists at Topeka Pharmacy about getting a flu shot. They're free with most insurance plans. No insurance? Pay $32 for the regular dose or $60 for the senior dose, and you'll receive a $5 gift card for your next visit. No appointment needed and no prescription needed for those 11 years and older. Many other immunizations are available. Call 260-593-2252 or stop by Topeka Pharmacy in downtown Topeka.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Indiana high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we're back, ready to resume the game after the timeout. Inbounding will be Zeminski for Bethany, right in front of the Bethany bench. He'll get it into Bedwell. Bedwell back out front to Kern.
It's like he's trying a little bit different combination lineup. He's got the two freshmen in there at the same time.
Sam Sharp also in the lineup. Oh, now he jumped and he was back into the backcourt to try to grab that ball on the.
I think he's actually got Nolan in there.
Oh, it is. It's Nolan. Yeah,
Sam.
You're right. That's Nolan, the other freshman. You're right. Lob inside to Rensberger, and he's fouled as he goes up for the basket, but a good pass by Hales from outside.
You can tell the players really appreciate Nick and his hustle and he's really a selfless player out there, just setting the screens, doing the dirty work, and so they're looking for him this half and trying to get him into scoring, up his scoring total a little bit.
Shots up by Nick and good. Yeah, there's no selfishness on this team by any means.
No.
And like you said, the
one thing that I think
cohesive.
our coach has always been good at, and you know, it's certainly up to the players too to make it happen, but when the coach can be the common enemy, it tends to unite the team. If you know what I mean.
Good point.
So there's no time to be mad at each other.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he's got the what did Troy Neal used to call him, the general, just like Bobby Knight. Ball knocked out of bounds,
Yeah.
last touch by Bethany, so it'll be Westview ball.
Well, I was watching him just about 10 minutes the other day, and you know, from when I coached with the varsity, that's been 6 or 7 years ago. I think the volume's gone up. It hasn't got any
Really?
less, so he hasn't mellowed out any.
I thought maybe he did a little bit.
No, I don't think so.
Turnover on Westview. It'll be Bethany ball, and they'll have to inbound it right in front of the Westview bench. And I still can't get over all those players that are sitting down there.
Yeah, you're going to have to start kicking some of the coaches off the bench pretty soon.
I don't know. I think they're upset because they can't sell season tickets down there anymore. Brownsburger Keys travels with the basketball. It'll be Westview ball now.
Yeah, one thing we don't want to see, I'm sure the coach doesn't want to see, is any let up.
No,
I mean,
that's
obviously
true.
the game's in hand and we're going to win, but.
By the way, it's 32-5. I'm sorry, I'm not giving the score very often, but not very close here tonight. Collier's shot's blocked, gets it back, gives off to Rensberger. He'll put it up and score and foul.
We're really good at interior passing in short spaces, which is that's a tough thing to do.
Yeah.
And catch it. It's okay to throw it, easy to throw it, but not always easy to complete it.
Nick Rensberger, the recipient of one of those short interior passes. We go to the free throw line, try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Well, Bethany's coach is doing a great job. He's just encouraging. It doesn't do any good to yell at this point. He knows it's a new program and got a lot to work on.
3 new faces into the lineup for Bethany. Well, not new tonight. They've been in before. Shot is up and no good off the rim by Seth Brenneman. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be Bethany ball.
Is that Nolan all the way up there on that rebound?
I believe
like
it was.
Wow.
Yeah, Nolan is listed at 5'10", but man, yeah, he can jump, no doubt. Kern pass way out front to Cartmell, and he travels. Lost his balance, and Bethany claiming he was pushed, but.
Yeah, I think we got away with one right there. Charlie did put his hand on him and pushed him a little bit, but.
Charlie with the basketball. He'll go out front to Hales. Not a Nolan Sherrick. Hales drives it, gives off to Rensberger. He could shoot that shot from
there. He could. We're turning down good shots just because we know we're getting great ones.
3-pointers good by Hales. Second of the night for Elijah.
That'll be good for his confidence going forward.
Gives him 11 tonight. That puts him into a tie for the scoring lead with Collier. Collier with a basketball. He'll drive it, put it up, score, and well, offensive foul, it won't count.
Yeah, I don't like that call. He's standing under the basket practically. I know there's no little semicircle arc like there is in college or the pros, but he went off 2 feet. He was under control. He just kind of got undercut there.
Yeah, I wonder if that'll ever be implemented in
I wish
high
it
school
would.
ball.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt we'd see it eventually.
Because that would complicate refereeing just a little bit more.
Yeah, it would. You're right. But they have 3 officials, so should be able to cover it. Corey Kern. He'll go right side with to Brenneman. Now inside. Pass goes to Plank. Plank gets it out of trouble. Cartmel. Inside pass to Bedwell. Bedwell puts it up, misses. Rebound Bedwell. He'll put it up again. No good. Cartmel had it, lost it, and it's picked up by Hales, and we have a whistle and a foul on Cartmel.
I think Bethany was surprised that time to get 2 cracks at the basket from 3 feet.
Yeah, I think so too.
They were in a hurry to shoot it, and they just couldn't convert.
That's the 3rd foul on Cartmel. With the ball is Hales. He'll go left side. Charlie Yoder drives it to the baseline. Little jump hook. It's good.
One thing I've noticed from Charlie over the years, he just has a real feel for the game.
He does.
He knows where to go. He's got a lot of different movement. And, well, he's practically been on the varsity since he's 3 years old.
Pretty much.
He's seen it all.
He's been hanging around the team for a long time. But, yeah, court awareness, everything. Charlie with the rebound. He'll bring it down. He'll have to harbor a Bethany Bruin on his back there, and that was Joel Plank picking up the foul. That's his first. Westview will inbound with Elijah Hales triggering in underneath the Westview basket off to the left. 2:37 to go in the 3rd quarter. Westview 39, Bethany 5. Inbound pass comes to Lucas Yoder, who's just checked into the ball game. Tries to get it to Nolan Sherrick, knocked away and stolen by Smith. He'll take it, fakes, puts it up, misses, gets his own rebound, back up and good. First 2 of the evening for Keyshawn Smith, the sophomore. Hales gets it to Sherrick, back to Hales. Hales drives it, puts it up, scores as he spins it in off the glass.
Sometimes the court is just his world out there, and he's just orchestrating it.
Thought you made a really good point in he covers so much ground in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
He takes that step and he's gone.
I noticed that this summer. I watched him just a little bit, and just that first step, and he just has a feel for getting to the basket.
Kern inbounds it. It'll come into Brownsburger Keys. He'll get it out front now to Zabinski. Zabinski drives on Sherrick and pulls it back out front to Kern. Minute and 50 to go. Maybe they'll just try to kill the clock here. Cartmel drives on Charlie Yoder. Has it knocked away. Once again, those long arms come into play. And we have a whisk and a push this time is called on Charlie.
Charlie sure looks like he's having fun out there.
He does, doesn't he?
He said, I've been waiting for this for 12 years, varsity basketball.
Yeah. True. Yeah, well, yeah, he would have been out there when you were.
Actually, this is his 14th year for Rob. I'm not sure how old, if Charlie's 15 or 16, but
yeah,
basically since birth.
Yep. And we have a whistle and a
5 seconds.
Yep, held ball, or 5-second violation.
Yeah, that was a little unusual. I didn't think he was that close, but they did.
41-7, Westview inbounding with the lead. Minute 25 to go in the 3rd quarter. Nolan Sherrick brings it across the timeline. The freshman gives off right side to the sophomore, Jeremiah Hostetler. Out of Charlie Yoder. Charlie drives it down to the baseline left side, gives off to Jeremiah out front, out of Nolan. Lucas, left side to Charlie. Charlie, fall-away jumpers, no good off the back of the rim. Oh, good offensive board that time. And that was Sam Sharp putting it back up and in. Sam with his 4th point tonight.
Good to see these guys coming off the bench and contributing. I know a big point of emphasis for the coach is always to, as we got a steal here.
Yeah, Lucas Yoder, good step in steal that time. Charlie puts it up, misses, but he was fouled, and he'll be going to the free throw line to shoot 2.
One big emphasis that it's always been part of their program is offensive rebounding. And pretty much every drill they do, that's hammered into them. You don't go for the ball, you run.
Yeah.
Or you don't play. So that was an example there of Sam going to get it.
Yeah, after a while, it's second nature to these kids.
Yeah,
right?
it is. It's the 50-50 balls.
Yeah.
Once you shoot it and it's up in the air, who's going to get it?
Charlie hits his first free throw. He has 7 now in his varsity debut. Second shot up, in and out, and it stays out. Rebound is pulled down by Seth Brunneman. Inside 40 seconds now to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball right into the hands of Charlie Yoder as he had it knocked away. That was Kern. Charlie Yoder tries to get it underneath the Mima, and it goes through his hands and out of bounds, so we'll come back the other way.
Looks like we got Charlie kind of running the point out there with Elijah out of the game. And how was that? I haven't kept track of the steals, but that's got to be 4 or 5 at least for Charlie right now.
Corey Kern. He'll get it out front to Keyshawn Smith. Right side pass comes to Seth Brenneman. Inside pass knocked away by Sam Sharp. Good anticipation on that pass by Sam.
Yeah, he was a little out of position on defense, but he hustled and closed the gap.
Kern tries to lob it inside to Brenneman. Turnaround jumper's blocked away, and Nolan Sherry comes up with it. Bounce pass to Charlie. He tries to get it right back to Nolan, and it goes out of bounds.
That block there was reminiscent a little bit of Jordan Bontrager.
Oh, yeah.
He just jumped straight in the air and blocked it.
You're right. Nolan inbounding. Sharp on the lob pass inside misses a little short. And we have a whistle, and the quarter comes to an end.
Yep.
44-7. Westview leads it after 3 periods. We'll be back with 4th quarter action right after this timeout.
Dale's Dependable Handyman Service provides handyman repairs and remodeling to the surrounding LaGrange County area, including Goshen, Middlebury, Albion, Kendallville, and Angola. If you're looking to update your kitchen, sometimes it's as simple as changing countertops and adding tile and glass backsplash. It can make your kitchen look brand new. Dale's Dependable Handyman Service, providing quality installation with quality materials. Call Dale at 260-336-9364.
And we're back, getting ready to start this 4th quarter of play. Jerry Hosteller with Jamie Miller tonight. Almost said Dan Byler. I'm so used to
well,
that.
I would expect that. It's been several years.
Jamie's going to do most of the home games. In fact, as many as you can, I guess, Jamie, this year. Dan will be with me on the road. Westview, let's see, Kenton Weaver's in the ballgame for the first time tonight as he starts his 4th quarter. Kenton take a 3-pointer off the left side, a little shy. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westview. It'll be Bethany basketball.
Kenton's a good little guard. He works really hard, and he's developed his game, and it's just one of those years where there's so many numbers. It's hard to get in the game.
Yep. With the ball is Kern. Kern drives on Jeremiah Hostetler. Shot from outside's no good. Pulled down by Smith. His shot is up, no good. This time Zeminski goes. Oh, no, I thought they were going to call over the back on Zeminski, but it was on Kenton Weaver.
Yeah, I think he had his hand wrapped around his waist as he was blocking it out, which is pretty effective if he could get away with it.
That's true. Kern will inbound. Bounce pass inside to Smith. Smith gets hawked on defense there. Hey, a three-pointer first time tonight for Bethany. Corey Kern hits from the corner right side. 44-10, they hit double figures.
Yeah, they did. That fired them up, too. They hadn't had a ball go through for a while.
Weaver, bounce pass out front to Sherrick. Charlie Yoder's out of there now, so we have just one freshman out there. Mima cross courts it to Weaver with junior Sam Sharp. Now to Sherrick. His shot's up off the back of the iron, no good.
Got a fairly inexperienced group out there right now, so we'll be interesting to see how this goes.
Yep, we haven't seen Travis Miller and the Jones boys so far tonight. Shots off the mark, rebound Nolan Sherrick. Behind the back dribble, takes it across the timeline, looks left side, brings it back out front to Jeremiah Hostetler. Jeremiah hands it off to Nolan. Bounce pass right side to Weaver. Weaver right back to Sherrick. Sherrick drives left side to Lucas. Now inside to Sharp. His shot's a little bit too hard off the glass. Pulled down by Bethany. Brenneman drives the baseline, puts it up. Short, no good. Rebound, Lucas Yoder. Westview in transition. Yoder drives it down the lane. We're going to have a whistle and a foul. It's going to be called on Bethany. Lucas lowered the shoulder a little bit, and I thought maybe the ref might call that the other way. But
yeah, he was turned sideways, but I thought it was indicative of the power Lucas has. He just bounced off of him, and he's the one that committed the foul. So, or the defense was the one that did that. So Bethany's gone to a little bit different look on defense. It looks like more of a 1-3-1 type zone. So we're having a little bit of trouble adjusting and finding the open spots in it.
Good quick hands by Jeremiah Hostetler, stripping the ball away from Bethany on the rebound. Lucas missed the free throw. Westview will retain possession. It goes out of bounds. Mima will inbound it. They'll get it into Nolan Sherrick. Now to Weaver. Back to Sherrick out front. 5:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Lucas Yoder with a three. In and out, no good.
Well, we've had a bunch of those tonight.
Yeah, we have. Ball picked up by Bethany. Kern with the ball. Corey Kern, bounce pass left side, knocked away by Lucas Yoder. Good anticipation, drives it, puts it up. Oh, off the back of the rim, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it up, misses again. Ball tipped way out front, grabbed by Corey Kern, or rather 14, that's Brenneman. Pass inside's no good, but we have a whistle, some contact underneath, and it's going to go against Westview.
Lucas has always had really good instincts and anticipation, and there he had one on that steal and got it. He just couldn't finish down there, but good effort and did everything right except put it in.
Kenton Weaver picks up his second foul. Shots up and good by Zeminski, his first of the night. He'll get one more.
It's like he's bringing Elijah in to try to maybe bring some leadership out there against this defense.
44-11, Westview leads it. 5:08 to go in the game. Second shot by Zeminski off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Kenton Weaver. Weaver brings it up, gives off to Hales. Hales bounce passes it in the corner to Lucas, right back to Elijah. Back to Lucas, passes up the three this time. Gets it inside to Sharp, right back out to Hales. Left side to Kenton Weaver. Weaver to Hales, drives, puts it up, scores. It's almost automatic for Elijah. 17 points now for Hales tonight.
Well, they got that defense moving side to side that time with a lot of reversals, and that opened up the driving lane.
Good job by Elijah that time, knocking the ball off the feet of the Bethany player. Causes the turnover. It'll be Westview ball as Kenton Weaver will inbound underneath the Bethany basket. Mima gets it to Kenton Weaver. Weaver back out front to Jeremiah. He'll give off to Hales. Hales cross-courts it into the hands of Kenton Weaver. Weaver to Hales, left side to Mima. And we have a whistle, and a foul is going to be called on Cartmel.
You know, the fundamentals of all our guards out there are really good. They're faking, they're ball faking, they're throwing bounce passes, and their spacing is really good, so it's hard for the defense to play two guys. And it's going to be hard to pressure us late in games, I believe.
We're very sound. Bethany with the ball. That's Brunneman. Brunneman takes it into the lane, puts up a jump hook. Good. He has 6. 46-13 as Bethany's become a little more active in the scoring department in the second half. Shot by Elijah short on a three-point attempt. Grabbed by Lucas Yoder on a long rebound. He'll go left side to Weaver. Weaver double teamed. Ball knocked out of bounds, last touch by Bethany. It'll be Westview ball right in front of their own bench. And coming in will be Matthew Jones for the first time tonight, along with Josh Hostetler checks back in. Lucas Yoder comes to the bench. Good pass inside from Hales to Sharp, right back out front. Another good pass inside. Shot right off the bench there by Matthew Jones. He misses. Putback is no good, but Matthew Jones had some good hustle there. Picks up the offensive board. Hales with it out front. Now to Kenton Weaver. Weaver picks up his dribble, gets a pass off to Josh Hostetler. Josh looking for help as he's double teamed to Hales. Hales drives it toward the hole, gives out front. Kenton Weaver three, good!
Good to see him shoot that second one after he missed the first one. Sometimes when you don't play a lot,
yeah,
you're a little concerned about that, but that's good confidence.
49-13. 2:50 to go now in the ball game.
One thing you'll see from Matthew Jones is just tons of energy. I think the crowd's really going to like him.
He's a hustler. Ball inside off the hand of Jake Bedwell, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Westview ball. Travis Miller checking in for the first time, and Mason Jones also comes in for his first time tonight. Charlie Yoder coming back in also. He'll probably come in for Elijah. No, for Kenton.
Yeah, he's in for Elijah.
Oh, he is, yeah.
Kenton came in, or Mason Jones came in for Kenton.
Charlie Yoder takes the inbound pass for Mason Jones. Right back to Mason. Now out front to Charlie. Charlie running the point. He'll give off to Matthew Jones. Now back to his brother Mason. Back to Matthew. Back to Charlie. Travis Hostetler. Warriors playing a little ball control here. I don't think they're really looking for a shot.
Well, they'll take one if they get it.
If it's open, yeah.
That defense they're playing is a little unusual. I haven't figured it out quite yet. I can't tell if it's man-to-man or...
Yeah, they drop off. Squeeze the middle. Driving, putting it up is Josh Hostetler, and he scores and he's fouled.
Oh, there, we broke 50.
Yes, we did. That'll be all for Cartmel if that was him that picked up the foul. He's fouls out. 5'11" sophomore will come to the bench, and coming in will be Zane Zeminski.
I know they got a transfer. What is that, number 20? Is that the one that's in from Elkhart Central?
Oh.
Lucas Brownsberger Keys. So it'll be interesting to see how he does this year, coming from that program.
Yeah. Seth Brenneman. on the rebound. He'll give off to Brownsburger Keys. Driving and putting it up, and we have a foul as he enters the lane. It's going to go against Josh Hostetler, his third. And that will send Seth Brenneman to the free throw line. He'll be shooting a pair. We'll be right back out here on Saturday night after the Thanksgiving turkey for our annual matchup with the Northridge Raiders.
Yep, looking forward to that one. I'm sure the crowd will be pretty good sized.
Yeah, I think it's going to be bigger than tonight, although you never know on Thanksgiving weekend, you know, how many people are going to be out of town, but we usually fill the place up pretty well.
Yeah, that's it's going to be a really good rivalry. It's not so one-sided anymore with them winning every year. So
that's right.
They'll pose a big challenge. They got some experience coming back, and it's going to be
good game for us.
Fun.
Good opponent for us to face.
I'm glad I get a third row seat here.
There you go. Josh Hostetler. That's Mason Jones. Now to Kenton Weaver. 63 seconds now to go in the ball game. Weaver drives it, fakes, puts it up, and he's hammered. He'll go to the free throw line shooting 2.
That was a drive there with a confident guard. He got past his man, and he was just going to go to the basket and see what he could make happen. He hesitated just enough, gave a little fake there, and gets rewarded.
Kenton hit a 3 earlier. I'll have a chance to add to that scoring total. Misses just short on off the front of the rim, and he'll get another one.
Knowing his dad, he'll probably have him out in the driveway tonight shooting free throws because of that.
Second shot up and swishes this time. 52-13, Westview leads it. Inside a minute now to go in this ball game. Westview coming off a 13-12 record from last year in a sectional championship.
Yeah, everybody's a year bigger, a year stronger and experienced, and that's exciting to see.
Yeah, makes for a pretty good season here.
Yeah, it does.
Coming up. Should be exciting. Kenton Weaver with the ball. He'll give off left side of Mason Jones, and we have a foul on a moving screen. It looked like Travis Miller.
I think the thing I've noticed, and you can't read too much into one game, but when there's a loose ball, we're usually the ones that get it. And I imagine that comes from practice, where they're fighting and clawing on every day and every practice.
Once again, that's where second nature comes in. I mean, I don't even think they're thinking out there.
No.
There's a ball, you got to get it. You know, it's not like there's any thought process. It's just automatic. With the basketball is Ronit Goswami. And now inside, pass goes to Brenneman. He misses a shot, partially blocked, and Kenton Weaver now with the ball, and that will do it. The Westview Warriors start their 2016-17 season off on a good note as they defeat the Bethany Bruins here tonight by a score of 52-13. And Jamie will be back to take a look at the scoring for tonight's game. And we'll wrap it up right after this 2-minute timeout. This is Westview Warrior basketball at LaGuanaMedia.com.
The Hometown Treasure has been covering the Topeka, Shipshewana communities and the Westview schools for over 14 years. Keep up to date on area and school activities. The Hometown Treasure is a monthly publication published by La Guana Printing, featuring full-color photos and news from all 6 schools in the Westview school system. Also, articles written by local writers, as well as games and contests for children and adults alike. Pick up our latest issue on newsstands, or check us out on Facebook, or visit our website at thehometowntreasure.com.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Topeka Do It Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in Topeka is your authorized Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana dealer. Topeka Do It Best has been selling appliances and providing service to the Topeka area for over 40 years. See JJ for your appliance parts. If they're not in stock, no problem. Topeka Do It Best will have them the next business day. Topeka Do It Best Hardware provides in-store repairs, and they make house calls. If it's worth doing, do it best. Call 593-2973.
Fever, sore throat, body aches? Yes, the flu season is here, so how do you protect yourself? Well, talk to the friendly pharmacists at Topeka Pharmacy about getting a flu shot. They're free with most insurance plans. No insurance? Pay $32 for the regular dose or $60 for the senior dose, and you'll receive a $5 gift card for your next visit. No appointment needed and no prescription needed for those 11 years and older. Many other immunizations are available. Call 260-593-2252 or stop by Topeka Pharmacy in downtown Topeka.
All right, welcome back to Westview High School, where the game has just wrapped up between Bethany and Westview. The final score, Westview 52, Bethany 13. I take a quick rundown of the scoring here. Charlie Yoder had a successful first game for Westview with 7 points. He had 3 two-point field goals, and it was 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Kent Weaver had 4 points. He had a three-pointer and a free throw. Elijah Hales led us in scoring tonight with 17 points. He had 2 three-pointers, 4 two-point field goals, and 3 free throws. Next was Cody Collier. He had 11. I think all of those were in the first half. He didn't play much in the second half, so he had 4 field goals and a three-pointer. And Sam Sharp had 4 points with 2 field goals, and Nick Rensberger ended up with 7 points. That's 2 field goals and 3 free throws. For Bethany, they had 5 points at halftime, so they had 8 in the second half. So for the game, number 10, Zane Medinsky, had 1 free throw for 1 point. Corey Kern, a 5'9" junior guard, had a three-pointer and a free throw for 4 points. Seth Brenneman led Bethany with 6 points. That's on 3 field goals. And Keyshawn Smith, number 40, rounded out the scoring with 1 field goal for 2 points. So I note that last year we defeated them 77-30, which was a little more of an up and down game. I think the style of Bethany has changed a little bit. They're a little more deliberate. They're a little more defensive oriented. And so it wasn't quite as big of a margin, and the score wasn't as high, but pretty much the same result. So good start, good to get everybody's feet wet, especially some of the freshmen and sophomores that haven't played much. But a good opening game for us.
Well, I think so too, for as early as it is. I mean, there might have been a few rough spots here and there, but I thought they looked pretty good for this early.
Yeah, just a lot of enthusiasm out there. I think, basketball is a 10 or 11-month-year sport now.
Yeah.
And you get tired of playing each other, and maybe not tired of playing the summer league games, but these are the games that really matter and why you play the rest of the year. So
yeah, I think the kids were pretty fired up and ready to get the season started.
Yeah, definitely so.
I could see it in their eyes before this ball game tonight. Tough one coming up Saturday with Northridge. That's going to be a little different story.
Yeah, they have a lot of a couple of starters coming back this year, and a couple of really good scorers. Luke Morrison, I think it was about a 6'3" forward, and he had a really good year for him last year. So, look, it's going to be a battle.
It will.
I think we're ready physically. The only thing we don't know exactly is where the scoring comes from on a regular basis. I don't know that it will come from the same person on a regular basis, It's going to depend on how they play us and who's hot that night and so forth. But we have a lot of options, and I would invite everybody out there. We appreciate you listening, but we need you here on Saturday night to cheer on the Warriors.
Well, I have a feeling the gym's going to be a little bit louder on Saturday night than it was tonight. It was kind of a sedated crowd tonight.
Yeah.
It was, pretty much the game, I guess, was close in the first few minutes where it was 6-4 for a while, or 4-2 or whatever. But for the most part, the Warriors pretty much dominated from the start to finish of tonight's game, and I think we're going to see the crowd a lot more into it on Saturday.
Yeah, so we went on, a 48-9 run then from then on. So
I believe so.
It's probably not going to happen again this year. And, it's hard for either side to be into it when it's at that point.
That's right.
But we'll take it.
Yeah, that's right. Before we leave tonight, Jamie, you're a coach of the 8th grade basketball team.
That's
correct?
right. Yep.
So kind of bring us up to date on what's going on with your team.
Okay, well, I didn't start out as the coach. Adam Christner was the coach for the first week or two, and then he got a job opportunity, from what I understand, and had to move out of the area somewhat. So I took over, and we've had, I think it was our 7th game tonight, and the guys are improving, and we're 4-3 now. We lost a tough one to Northwood, which is usually one of the better teams on the schedule, and lost to them yesterday by 5. But
nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, we showed a lot of improvement. We had played a tournament Saturday and didn't necessarily play the best in a game against Angola, but we learned a lot, and it's a great bunch of kids. They're really quiet, so they're loud on the bus and quiet on the court.
Well, maybe they're all business, once they get out on the floor. But.
So I'm trying to work on communication and toughness, and there's spots to be had in the next couple of years on the next level, next couple levels, and so they got to be ready for that. So it's a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying it.
Good. Well, I'm glad you could join me tonight, and I look forward to having you back here on Saturday night at Northridge game. We'll go on the air around 7:15, so I hope you can join us then. We had a few bugs, early season bugs tonight, and we apologize for that, but I hope you enjoyed the broadcast for the most part, except for the pregame show, I guess, is where we had the problem. So,
yep.
Problems, I want to apologize for that, but glad you could join us tonight. So the final score, once again, Westview 52 and Bethany 13. Westview, of course, 1-0, and Bethany falls to 0-1, and we'll see you on Saturday night. For Jamie Miller, this is Jerry Hostetler. Good night, everybody.
Today's streaming broadcast of Westview Warrior Basketball at LaguanaMedia.com has been made possible by the following gold sponsors: Height Auto Body, Shipshe Service, Riegsecker Marketplace, and Laguana. Silver sponsors were Yoder Insurance, Mercury Wireless, The Hometown Treasure, Quality Floor, Emma Warehouse, Fast Lane Subway, Troyer's Saddlery, Frontline Auto Tech, Yoder's Shipshewana Hardware, Tiffany's Restaurant, Topeka Pharmacy, Weaver Furniture, Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware, Jerry's Standard, Yoder Popcorn, Mike's Automotive Service, Fruit May Funeral Home, and the Brethren Retreat Center. Our individual sponsors have been Tim and Donna Height, John and Leslie Cook, Dan and Don Byler, and Jim and Liz Stump. See the schedule on our website for our next streamcast of Westview Warrior Basketball at LaguanaMedia.com.